300 people, a good place to retire to. Of course, there are churches here. Baptist Church, the United Church, Roman Catholic Church, 10 minutes down the road. And then there's here, right on the edge of Margaretville, the other village, the Children's Village, the SOS Children's Village. This one is the first here in Canada. It opened 3 years ago, 10 acres, 4 houses so far, with children in 3 of them, 17 children. No flowers yet. By the year 2000, there will be 15 families and over 100 children. The directors of the village and the founders, Jack and Inga Baudin.
I'll do the splitting and you can do the carrying, okay? Who's going to do the cording?
Well, whose idea was it to start this village here?
It was Jack's idea. Jack says to me, I have a great dream. I want to help those children who are being put from foster home to foster home.
How come you get more load than I got? Now it should be equal on your side, eh? Is it equal now?
Yeah.
Okay. We thought everything is going to be done so easy. But we're going to start the idea, then we're going to sell that to some organization, and they're going to open the village. Somebody else can do that job.
After the war, when orphans were wandering through the ruins of Europe, the first SOS village was founded in Austria in 1949. Today, there are over 200 SOS villages around the world, all supported by donations. But I hear you were in here with shovels yourself.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, up to our necks with dirt.
Is that right?
Yes.
Jack and Inga made their commitment early and all the way. They personally bought an acre of land, right in the middle of the village grounds, and they built their home there, poured in their life savings. What kind of children come here, Inga?
Well, the ones which are being put from foster home to foster home, and the ones which have been parted, like say siblings, say a whole family of 5 or 4.
So these aren't orphans?
They're social orphans.
What do you mean by that?
Social orphans are, they've been taken away from their parents.
I see. Once a month, Dr. Garvey visits the village.
The first reason is because I love it. Officially, because I'm their consultant psychiatrist. I think there's a big difference in you now from when I saw you in the springtime. Because then you said... But I love the atmosphere here. I love the kids. I love coming. And now I don't think you sound like you're that upset about it. Huh?
And are they helped here, or is it a waste of effort?
Oh no, it's not a waste of effort. It's very good. The children they are dealing with here are, I think, more disturbed than would be manageable in most foster homes. Indeed, some of the kids I've seen have failed in adapting repeatedly to different foster homes. Here, I don't know what it is about the place. It may be the love that Jack and Inga have. It may be the whole setup, the space, the openness. It may be the support of the other kids, which I think is very important. The kids here realize they're not alone. They're not the only ones whose fathers abused them or whose mothers neglected them or, you know, who were left hungry for days and ended unattended. The other kids have the same stories.
One village up the coast refused to let Jack and Inga build there. Margaretville took the chance. How was your acceptance here by the community generally?
At the beginning, well, it wasn't too bad. We had a big meeting down in the Margaretville Fire Hall, And there were 300 people in there. I went in there shaking, and so did Jack. We thought, here, we can run out the next time they're out. So we gave a presentation, and actually it turned out pretty good. We had some very loud people.
What was the major opposition? What was the concern?
The concern, well, children, hoodlums, you know. The taxes would go up.
But they were not reluctant. About 80% of the people in Margaretville, they were behind us. By all means, the other people, I understand them. I says myself, I'll be maybe in the same boat as you are right now. We'll do it.
The idea is to create homes.
Frank, do you get homework?
Mom, I was doing reading today, and I did excellent on it.
You did?
Because I did. Mom, it was just me. No, all the dudes.
Each house has a woman in charge. She's single or a widow.
My reading. And that's it.
And what type of songs?
She is called the mother. She's mother to half a dozen children.
It was so funny today, though. It was so.
I have nothing to study
with Frank. We weren't. We were just. Okay, Harley started it off.
Joanne. The baby is her own.
I think the prime quality needed in a mother here is loving children.
This is Monday's words, and they're no good.
And an ability to withstand the very varying emotions that the children throw at the mothers every day.
Do you have words that he can study from? And you get your spelling words and your spelling scribble, and you get a test tomorrow.
They are marvelous people. And I think that the warmth and love they show to the kids, and that the kids show to them, is not replaceable with a BA or an MSW or anything else, or an MD for that matter, you know.
She has to have faith, and it's not only at the human side of it, she has to be a little spiritual guidance, because it's hard. We see it, you know.
Do these mothers get paid?
Yes, not too much.
How much?
Oh, God, $50 a week?
$50 a week?
Yeah, we just went up $75 a week. But that's all we can afford.
You sit down, let me sit on your lap. Is she ready?
Eventually, there will be 15 mothers. At the moment, there are 3. On the left, Joanne, then Diana, Delane on the right. And the job. Is the job satisfying?
Certain things happen, like we have one kid here when he first came. He couldn't even walk upstairs without help. He couldn't do, walking around outside was a chore because he could hardly walk. Now that kid runs, rides a bike.
You have to laugh at him because when you see him and you look at him, you can tell he has a problem. But when you're talking to him and he says something funny, it's really, because it takes you back, because he's his own person now. He's not just what others wanted him to do and wanted.
I have one child in my house who can disrupt the whole household in roughly about 10 seconds.
Delane, a 3-month mother.
And he don't give up easy. Strong-willed person.
And what are her hopes for him then?
I'm hoping that maybe he'll be able to calm down.
He was an awful lot like the one she was talking about.
Diana, about another child.
He would smash holes in walls for absolutely no reason. He made temper tantrums. Just the slightest thing would set him off. And now the child is a very lovable. Everyone likes him. You know, he's got this smile that wins everyone over, and he's very sweet. And he hasn't put any holes in the wall, which I'm very thankful for the last year and a half.
Fat. F-A-T. I mean, bang. B-A-T.
That one. You said that one.
Whoa! What did you say? Bang. B-A-N-G.
Not key.
Man. Oh. A man or a boy? Okay. Okay. P-E, the quotation mark, and R-E.
The children make up their games out of the stuff of their lives.
Come in.
A play called The Social Worker.
Now, what seems to be the problem? I would like to get a divorce. Well, he threw the baby up against the wall a couple of times. Well, you guys are going to have to go to court and fight this out. And till then, the baby's going to have to be put in a foster home. That's fine with me.
Same as me.
So are you two going to get a divorce?
Yes.
Now we're in court, and I'm the judge. Mrs. Jones, may I hear your side of the story?
Well, he threw the baby up against the wall.
Is that true, Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Why did you do it?
Because she was late for work.
Is that true, Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Now, we decided who's going to get the baby. And Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones, one of you two won't be very happy.
I'm having the baby.
I am.
I am.
I want the baby.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Stop! Hold it! No fighting in the court. We decided that
The judge awards the baby to the mother.
because you mistreated the baby.
Is he allowed to have visiting rights?
Yes, he is.
But I don't want the baby to stay overnight.
The village can do this. It can save brothers and sisters from being split apart. For example, take the 4 Nickersons. The Nickersons were separated, scattered, sent off to different foster homes, never really working out in any of them. Then, 3 years ago, they came here.
Before you came here, I want to understand what it's like living in a succession of foster homes. Really, I mean, 4, 5, 6 homes.
It's
Different
scary.
people, different... Okay, pardon, go ahead.
It's scary because you never know, maybe
Tracy,
someday you come home from school and you have to go into another foster home.
And you have to start all over again.
Mike,
With living with more people. And it gets hard after a while.
Me, I hate it.
Nancy,
It's really scary, and you never know who you're going to end up with. Some of them are good, some of them aren't.
We always wanted to be together. Now we are.
The worst thing that happened to us, we were separated. Now we're back together, so it's the best thing. And we're happy here.
I would like to ask now guidance, how we're going to go about it. Should we keep on calling them? If we don't call back, say in a month,
the village commission.
should we call the grandparents again, or should we let them wait until they call?
Probably you should initiate it.
Yeah.
To give them the opportunity again to remind them. And if they say no, well, I guess there's not much we can do about it. But
They meet once a month.
Well, the problem is they've tried so many times in the past, and failed, that they've given up.
Well, we don't know what went on before,
That's right.
what the feelings are between members of the family. He's on the hyperactive medication.
Is there progress since he was here?
Of course, he used to set fire in his room and used to do all those things, and he used to get up at night and empty the fridge. But this is gone.
There's a social worker, a teacher, a clergyman, a doctor.
Community and fire setting at home.
Okay. Now Cheryl is doing fine, quick temper, like before, but there's no problem. The next item we'll have to discuss over here will be the admission of Ambrose Kellogg to our village.
When a new mother is to be hired, or a new child is being considered for the village, Jack briefs the commission. And the commission makes the decision.
So this one here, you haven't seen him yet?
The children are all at school, except for the baby. Every week there's a mother's meeting. They talk with Jack and Inga about the week's problems. Every child is talked about.
Hey there.
Hi. Morning.
Joanne's left her baby with the aunt.
No, but it's windy.
It's windy.
Oh, that's my spot. I get no coffee.
You have no coffee?
It doesn't matter.
There you are.
Okay.
The aunt, the only one in the village so far. Eventually, ideally, there will be at least 5 aunts.
I think an aunt is important. Helps the mother out. If there wasn't an aunt here, she'd be constantly under stress. She'd never get a break from the children.
Say hello.
Bye.
Who's that? Is that Mommy?
I have to get up early because I had to take 2 children to school in the car. And Thursdays and Fridays, I take Mother's shopping. I have to go back and pick the kids up after school. I take children to the doctors. I'm constantly going somewhere.
What's the duck say? Quack, quack?
Aunt Diana hopes to become Diana the mother.
What night is boys?
Don't know yet. That's where I'll find out how many before.
You know who to get in contact with, so we're going to do that.
Mr. Van Horn. Potential for 4-H would be then 6 children, right?
Potential, yeah.
Okay.
And that'd be, if she takes 4-H, it'll be an if on the girls.
Yeah, okay, for the Boy Scout, right? And the sewing, which is 4-H club, will be 6 potential, right?
The other 3, though, Bobby, Shannon, Sherry need their first communion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They already went up, whatever.
No, but they don't have their first communion. I asked them.
First communion.
No, they have to go to catechism first.
All my kids are Catholic.
You have to look into it.
We could choose to go to church either Saturday night or Sunday morning. Which would you prefer?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Okay.
I don't make a fool of myself Saturday night.
Okay, so we'll go 7 o'clock.
Saturday night.
One week they all go to the United Church, the next to the Roman Catholic Church.
Even with the little night like this, no way he'll get up when we're all gone to bed and he'll flip lights on all the place.
That's
Well, what I would like to, get that, if the mother could put all those symptoms down, every small little thing can help sometimes. No?
I guess he let Frank off down here, and Frank made obscene gestures to him.
Oh. What would you think would be the best solution besides seeing Dr. Garvey?
Well, other than driving every kid.
Next house we have to get the problem, the children, any children problem, Mr. Hebrew,
Well,
so we can...
Okay, Michael's the same, Lisa's the same, Carol Ann's the same, Charles the same, Florence is doing all right, now it gets a little... I'm getting very scared of him. He's talking about knives, Jack. Last night he was asking me, does it hurt if someone stabs somebody?
Well, you saw the movie, I guess.
The SOS village is not a ghetto. The children go to the store, go and mix with the neighbors. It is strict SOS policy never to build either a church or a school in the village.
You might give me a little information before you come, though, if you don't mind. Is she taking...
The school principal, Bernie Wagner.
They're not isolated. They don't come here and cling together as a little clique together. They have their own friends in the school now. I think maybe at first they might have had a little bit of a problem being accepted as any other new group of students would, or new students would in the school with their peers and so on. But the last 2 years, I think that has all completely disappeared, that now they come into school and they're no different than any other child.
For 6 months, the village tests any new children, and the new children test the village.
I said you're not getting my sock.
They don't trust us. They're always fighting against us and always testing us.
Yeah, sure ain't what you want.
How far they can go without being kicked out.
Now give me my sock.
After 6 months, we are responsible for the child. The child, if you ever go to, for example, get in trouble with the police, and then after that, he come back home. If he has to go, we call this way to go to jail, but if he's apprehended, then after he's always come back home over here. So he's always here.
Well, all you have to do is put your number, do your math, and then put your decimal point in the dollar sign.
Your feelings for the mothers, is there love there?
There isn't until you get to know them. Then there's love, or either that or you just can't stand them. I've had a mother that I didn't like here. Doesn't happen very often, though.
What sort of effect does this have on the kids, starting to form a relationship there and suddenly mother's gone?
Yes, it is hard. It's hard with the children, but we find out after 3 years that the mother is important. But as long as the links stay, we stay, Inga and I are staying here all the time. We're all in contact with the children all the time. And then the most important for them now, we find, part of the concept is the security of a home. They know that that's their home, you know?
In the 3 years you've been here, how many mothers have you had?
About 6 or 7.
Well, you know, you hear what you're saying?
Yeah. It doesn't bother us that much as long as the 4 of us are together.
What makes it feel like a home?
Well, because it's just like a home. We have a mother and just like brothers and sisters. And after you get old enough and you're out on your own, you can always come back to this place and refer it as your home.
There are no fathers in the actual homes, but SOS villages do have father figures.
In a way, Jack is a father role. And then we will have in the future a handyman, a father role. Then we are a sports director, which will be a father role. We're going to have a social worker, same thing.
You did have a few rough years at first, didn't you?
A few, we still have.
How is that? How come? What is the problem?
Well, you always go in a hot seat. Here we try to help the children, and I don't know how you say, but you're always being pushed down.
Now, who's doing the pushing and what are they saying?
They say some concerned people here. Margaretville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You feel you're under attack sometimes?
Yes.
I worry about rumors, you know. I worry about those things. She says, no, we'll go anyway. Because those rumors may stop you. It's quite an obstacle. We have lots of faith. We have to get lots of faith. And the more the obstacle gets bigger, to get the obstacle, get more faith you have to get to go over. So.
Well, some people thought this house came from the donation, and it's not. My father gave me that. When he died, my mother gave us the money for here, and we were scratching every little penny to bring this house up. So, and it still is there. It still is there.
What were some of the other rumors that were going around, Jack?
Well, there was one that we were on dope, and that was hard to. There's nothing we can do about it. So to say, well, look, we're not on dope.
Sometimes I get discouraged, sure. And sometimes Jack gets discouraged. I cry sometimes.
She gets down, I get down, but we never get down together.
He comes around and puts his arms around me. And
sometimes we don't talk for 5-10 minutes.
And we just sit there and listen to the music.
You said that what you want to do is get married and have a large family.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would just want to start out a family and only have as many kids as I can keep. Like, I wouldn't want them to live through anything that we did, any of the bad things.
What's it like the time you came until now, 3 years later? Are you okay, go ahead.
It changes. I'm not as afraid as I used to be. Like now, if I have something to say, I'll say it. Before I wouldn't.
If someone says something, well then I'll just answer them back or just say what's on my mind.
When we were living in foster homes, I didn't look forward to things as much as I do now. And now I do. Like, I look forward to going, I might want to go to university. I'm thinking of more of myself than I used to.
This part of Europe, where we're now listing countries in Eastern Europe, we'll list this as East Germany.
We were asked if we would do a comparison of the students from the SOS village with any other group that we had. We traced their school records from the time they came into school to that present time. Both the guidance counselor and I felt that they probably did better than any other 5 or 6 kids that we would choose arbitrarily.
Choose any 5, either from page 38 or 39.
Okay. Sit, Gita. Well, they're with us. Sit. Gita, sit.
In 10 years, there will be 15 mothers and over 100 children. And flowers. Lots of flowers.
You don't see your face.
Well, I can't go now, but I'm so gay.
Somebody can kneel down in front, okay, but else can kneel down in front.
George, stop that.
Okay. Okay. Now, is that can they go on the knees over here in the second row? Okay, can you go on the knees in the second row?
I can stand on our knees.
Okay, just one knee, just one knee. Just one knee, okay. Now, how's that?
Yeah, now sit down.
No?
No good?
No good? Okay.
Squat up.
Matters.